Hey everybody, it's the Marvelous Raven. I know I've been gone for a little bit, but I really wanted to get this video made for you guys. So here we are, simplistic settings and everything. I am working on revamping everything around me so that way I can get better settings, better videos made, all of that fun stuff because it's going to be necessary in the upcoming future. I feel it in my bones. And so yeah. But anyway, so this is the Marvelous Raven. This video is about Mercury Retrograde, which this is a timeless video, but as of right now, this time that I'm in, we're in a Mercury Retrograde right now until December 14th. So this is like November 14th of 2019, and we are in Mercury Retrograde until December 14th, 2019. Okay, so the reason why I'm making this video is because I was in a conversation earlier with my partner, and we were talking about how a lot of people we know don't totally know what Mercury Retrograde is, what it does, or anything like that. They've just heard, like, bad things about it. They've heard bad things about it, or they're just kind of confused about it, or they see all the memes, or all of that stuff, but they're like, what? Why is all this shit happening? Pardon my language. Why is all this stuff happening? And they just don't really understand, which is fine, totally. Mercury retrograde is going to happen whether you understand it or not. But sometimes it helps to understand what it is or when it's happening. And Mercury is not the only planet that goes in retrograde. Every planet, to my knowledge, goes in retrograde. Like, we've been through, like, 5 already this year or something, and some of them happen at the same time, and it gets crazy. But, so, Mercury retrograde. Right now, for me personally, I've noticed a lot of relationship changes. Not that, like, we've been breaking up or anything like that, but, you know, like, a lot of people have been having communication problems. There have been a lot of breakups. I've had family stuff happen or kind of, like, come out of the woodwork. And I do want to say that's also something with what's going on astrologically right now. But that's a side note. I do know that usually has ties with Mercury retrograde as well. Some of the other stuff that you'll hear is, like, you know, if there's technology problems or electricity problems or anything like that, like, that's blamed on Mercury retrograde. It's also, you know, like, breakups are blamed on Mercury retrograde. Big decisions failing, or, like, if you make a big decision during Mercury retrograde, or, like, just in the beginning of it, like, that's gonna fail. And, like, we're doing a giveaway in a group I'm part of on Facebook, and, like, literally no one, out of, like, 700 people, no one has done anything for it, except maybe just a couple of people. Mercury retrograde. Like, all of this stuff, gets blamed on Mercury retrograde. And really, Mercury retrograde, so what it does that's good. Like, yes, all these things happen, but they happen for a reason. So Mercury retrograde kind of slows things down a bit for you, so you can take that time that you need to work on yourself. Take that time to heal that relationship. Take that time to recognize whether it's serving you or not. So it's not that big decisions always fail because they're made during Mercury retrograde, but they usually take more time because everything just kind of slows down. And yes, sometimes they do fail, but if they failed, it's probably because they weren't meant to be, or something just wasn't right, or the timing's wrong, something like that, because not every decision or business thing fails. I mean, like, I'm working on my YouTube channel now. But that's not gonna fail just because I'm working on it during Mercury retrograde, okay? Or, like, I started a business during Mercury retrograde. That's not gonna fail just because of Mercury retrograde. That's gonna fail, like, if it fails, which I'm not trying to speak it into existence, but if it fails, it's because I'm not putting in my effort. I'm not putting in my work. But it's something that I had thought out, and I'm building it, okay? So if you want to do something like that, you just have to make sure you have that foundation right. You have to make sure you fully thought it out. It doesn't hurt to wait until the end of Mercury retrograde. That just gives you more time Because like I said, Mercury retrograde slows things down, and it brings things forward. Sorry, my cat. What? Well, I don't know where he is, so he's just gonna meow. But it brings things forth that need to be taken care of. It brings things forth that need to be addressed, basically. Inside, like in you, like internally, externally with other relationships, career-wise, school-wise, all of that stuff. Mercury retrograde just brings it forth because it's like, hey, you need to pay attention to this. Like, you need to figure this out. You need to have that conversation. You need to take care of yourself. You probably shouldn't do that right now because it's not good timing. Or you haven't fully thought that through yet. So we're gonna like knock that down right now, but bring it back later. So Mercury retrograde is not all bad. It just means you need to take more time, assess the situation, and be more communicative with the people around you. But in such a way that you're really thinking about it first and you're putting yourself in their shoes first. Because if you just go like spouting it out, they're also in Mercury retrograde. So if you just go spouting it out, they also have stuff coming forth, and they're probably going to be first responsive, which means they're going to be that defensive. They're going to be instinctive. They're going to be all of those things that cause bigger arguments and cause bigger tumbles and boulders and all of that stuff. Excuse me. But yes, so Mercury retrograde in a nutshell slows things down, makes it so you just need to take more time with your decision making, big decisions, all of that stuff. And yeah, the energy gets wonky. So you also need to get yourself, like if you've been feeling that a lot, get yourself in some sort of schedule, make sure you're eating the right foods, make sure you're sleeping enough, doing all of those things, because like I said, it all gets brought up. Even if it's just you need to be on a better diet or a better schedule, it's going to get brought up during Mercury retrograde, because that is what Mercury retrograde is all about. It's bringing forth all the stuff we need to work on. But okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got what you needed out of it. If you have any other questions about Mercury retrograde, comment them down below, email me, message me. Like, follow, subscribe. I know this was pretty quick, short and simple. If it was confusing, I'm sorry. I just kind of shoved it all in there. So other than that, I hope you guys have an excellent day, night, afternoon, morning, whatever it is for you. I am the Marvelous Raven. All of my info to book a service or email me or any of that stuff is down below. I'm also teaching online classes now. And yeah, all of that fun stuff. So thank you. Have an awesome rest of whatever it is for you. And I'll see you next time.